Today our topic is the Stoics' Guide to Managing Expectations. Life is full of surprises, and often things do not go as we plan. This can lead to disappointment, frustration, or even anger. But what if I told you there's a way to handle these situations better? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers us tools to manage our expectations and find peace no matter what happens. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This simple idea can change how we see the world and how we react to it. Let's explore this idea together and see how it can help us live a calmer, more fulfilling life. First, let's talk about expectations. We all have them. We expect to get a promotion at work. We expect our friends to treat us well. We expect the weather to be nice for our picnic. But life does not always follow our plans. Sometimes we don't get the promotion, our friends let us down, or it rains on our picnic. When this happens, we feel upset. Why? Because our expectations were not met. Stoicism teaches us that the problem is not the situation itself, but our expectations. If we can manage our expectations better, we can reduce our suffering and find more peace. The first step in managing expectations is to understand what we can control and what we cannot. This is a core idea in Stoicism. The Stoics believe that some things are within our control, like our thoughts, actions, and decisions. Other things are not within our control, like the weather, other people's opinions, or the past. When we focus too much on things we cannot control, we set ourselves up for disappointment. For example, if you expect your boss to give you a promotion, you are focusing on something outside your control. Your boss' decision depends on many factors, some of which you cannot influence. Instead, focus on what you can control, your work ethic, your skills, and your attitude. If you do your best, you can feel proud of yourself, no matter the outcome. The second step is to practice acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. The Stoics believe that fighting against reality only causes pain. If it rains on your picnic, you can either complain and feel miserable, or you can accept it and find another way to enjoy your day. Acceptance allows us to adapt to life's changes and find solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Think of it like this. If you are stuck in traffic, getting angry will not make the cars move faster. But if you accept the situation, you can listen to music, call a friend, or use the time to think. Acceptance helps us make the best of every situation. The third step is to prepare for challenges. The Stoics had a practice called premeditatio malorum, which means premeditation of evils. This does not mean being negative or expecting the worst all the time. It means imagining possible difficulties and thinking about how you would handle them. For example, if you have a job interview, instead of just hoping it will go perfectly, think about what could go wrong. What if you get nervous? What if they ask a question you don't know the answer to? By preparing for these challenges, you reduce your fear and increase your confidence. This practice helps you manage your expectations and stay calm, no matter what happens. Another important idea in Stoicism is the concept of amor fati, which means love of fate. This means embracing everything that happens to you, good or bad, as part of your journey. The Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it at the time. Instead of resisting or complaining about your fate, try to see it as an opportunity to grow. For example, if you lose your job, it might feel like a disaster at first. But later, you might find a better job or discover a new passion. By loving your fate, you turn every experience into a chance to learn and become stronger. Now, let's talk about how to apply these ideas in everyday life. Imagine you are planning a big project at work. You have high expectations for its success. But what if it doesn't go as planned? Instead of feeling devastated, remember the Stoic principles. Focus on what you can control. Your effort, your preparation, and your attitude. Accept that some things are beyond your control, like your colleague's performance or unexpected problems. Prepare for challenges by thinking about what could go wrong and how you would handle it. And if things don't go perfectly, embrace the experience as a chance to learn and improve. Another example is relationships. We often expect others to behave in certain ways, but people are unpredictable. If a friend cancels plans at the last minute, you might feel disappointed. But instead of getting angry, focus on what you can control. Your reaction. You can choose to be understanding and use the time for yourself. Acceptance allows you to let go of resentment and maintain a positive relationship. And if the same thing happens repeatedly, you can adjust your expectations and make plans that are less dependent on others. Stoicism also teaches us to be grateful for what we have. Often, our expectations are based on wanting more. More money, more success, more recognition. But this constant desire for more can make us unhappy. The Stoics believe that true happiness comes from appreciating what we already have. Take a moment each day to think about the things you are grateful for. Your health, your family, your home, or even small joys like a good meal or a beautiful sunset. Gratitude helps us focus on the present and reduces our desire for things we don't have. Finally, remember that managing expectations is a skill that takes practice. It's not easy to change how we think, especially when we've been used to certain patterns for a long time. But with time and effort, we can train our minds to be more stoic. Start small. Next time something doesn't go as planned, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? Can I accept this situation? What can I learn from it? Over time, these questions will become a natural part of your thinking, and you will find yourself more resilient and at peace. In conclusion, the Stoics' guide to managing expectations is about focusing on what we can control, accepting reality, preparing for challenges, and embracing our fate. By practicing these principles, we can reduce our suffering and find more joy in life. Life will always have ups and downs, but with Stoicism, we can navigate them with grace and strength. So next time things don't go as planned, remember, it's not the situation that matters, but how you choose to respond. And with Stoic wisdom, you can choose to respond with calm, courage, and gratitude.